Local residents, foundations, businesses, and banks are making investments to help end the housing crisis in the greater Washington, D.C. region. For many, this is their first impact investment. More than $7 million have been invested through Our Region, Your Investment to support the preservation of affordable homes and protect more than 200 families from potential displacement. In this short webinar, we're going to talk about how impact investing can grow the amount of money available to support affordable homes, review highlights of this initiative so far, and share information about how you can get involved. With that, I'm going to turn this over to Gretchen.
And welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Gretchen Greiner-Lott, and I'm the Vice President of the Washington Regional Association of Grantmakers, or RAG as we call it. And here you can see my picture along with Rachel Riley-Carroll. RAG Membership Association of Grantmakers in the Greater Washington region, which for us means Northern Virginia, suburban Maryland, and the District of Columbia, as you can see in the map on the slide. Is really focused on supporting increased and more effective and responsive philanthropy to improve the lives of people who live in our region. Currently, we have a particular focus on the need for more affordable housing in our region, which, as you can see from this Washington Post quote, is one of the principal threats to our region's quality of life and economic competitiveness. Address this need is what our topic for today, Our Region, Your Investment, is all about. Next slide. So, all are aware of the housing need in our region, but I did want to just go over some numbers provided by both the Urban Institute and George Mason University Center for Regional Analysis. We have more than 150,000 families in this region who are in need of affordable homes. It is projected that there will be more than 300,000 new jobs, or service industry jobs, or lower wage jobs here in the region by 2023. Based on numbers, almost 150,000 homes will be needed over the next 6 to 7 years. Next. Base need, as well as the end of both Fannie Mae's and Freddie Mac's local philanthropic giving, much of which went to housing in our region, the board decided that the local philanthropic sector should take this issue head on. Created the Affordable Housing Action Team, or what we call AHAT, and AHAT is trying to do things differently and to help other funders to think and do things differently too. Our first major push is to bring new capital, not grant money, to the housing issue through impact investing. And in order to bring this capital to the issue, RAG decided to work with Enterprise Community Loan Fund because of the strength of their community impact note, which you will be hearing more about from Rachel in a moment. Together, we launched the Our Region, Your Investment initiative that brings new capital to support our region's affordable housing need. And what's exciting about this initiative is that all investments made through this initiative are targeted to our region. Foundations can use their endowments instead of making dollars to invest in this initiative so housing funders can actually participate. And not just for foundations. Governments, nonprofits, businesses, and individuals can invest, and they have. I'd like to turn things over to Rachel to talk more specifically about the note and how it works.
And we at Enterprise Community Loan Fund are really excited to be partnering with RAG on this initiative. And so really quickly, I just want to orient folks to who Enterprise Community Partners, our parent company, is and how Loan fits within the context of the work that they do, as well as give you a quick intro to our impact note. So Enterprise Community Partners is a 30-year-old nonprofit organization with a national footprint, but we were founded in the D.C., Maryland area, and we continue to have a really strong focus here in the region. What that is really piloting, financing, and advocating solutions that we know are going to strengthen communities. We have this financial product called an impact note through we raise capital from a wide range of private investors. It's one of many sources of our funding, and we use that capital to provide loan affordable housing and community developers through our Enterprise Community Loan Fund. The note is about 6 years old at this point. We've raised $50 million through the note from over 300 individual investments. It's a fixed income security, which means the investor goes and they pick a term. It has a correlating interest rate, so terms anywhere between 1 to 10 years, and the interest rates anywhere between 1% 1% for a 1-year term all the way to 3.5% for a 10-year term. And during the life of your loan, you will get quarterly interest payments depending on your interest rate. Available in certain states to retail, accredited, and institutional investors, which means organizations as individuals can make an investment for as low as $5,000, and we have a guarantee on the principal and interest investment, which means that our parent company, Enterprise Community Partners, has guaranteed principal and interest repayment for impact note investors. And if you're a bank or you're representing a bank on the phone call, that is also eligible for CRA credit, typically investment credit, but we could potentially talk about if you need lending credit or some other sort of CRA credit associated with your investment. A lot of people ask, so I'm investing in this note, how is that going to support affordable housing? So on the chart to the left shows sort of a step-by-step flow diagram, and I can use that just to me through a quick example. An example would be an investor makes a 5-year investment through an impact note, and then Enterprise will use that money to provide another loan to an affordable housing developer in the region. And depending on the term of that loan, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be shorter or longer. What happens is that once that money is repaid, that investment gets recycled and sent back out into the community, and it continues on and on like that, recycling your investment until you hit year 5. And once the investment matures, you'll receive your money back along with the quarterly interest payments that you've received over the past 5 years. And during that time, you'll also have received the story and impact profiles of the projects that you've invested in to really show that that money went to work to support projects in communities in your region and really help families and put a name and put a number on what that social return on your investment actually is. The to the right really shows in that this works is due to the strength of the intermediary role that Loan Fund plays. We're CDFI, or Community Development Financial Institution. We're certified by Treasury as a financial institution with a social mission. And the best way to think about our role is probably as a fund manager. So impact investors looking to make these investments into affordable housing don't need to know how to underwrite an affordable housing deal. All they need to know is that they're investing in an investment product that they feel comfortable with, and they also feel comfortable in Loan Fund's ability to invest that capital into affordable housing developments. And we have a team of experts here on staff that go and they find the projects, they do their due diligence, and they service those loans. And what's great about this impact note as an investment for affordable housing is that it's an actionable step that people can take to address a housing crisis. A lot of times people know that there's a housing shortage in their community or that people are paying too much in rent, but there's very little they feel they can do about it. And this is a really good step towards actually making an impact to that end. And all being said, you also know you have that guarantee on repayment and principal and interest. So you're making an investment, and if that investment defaults, which we have a really low rate of default, you will still be paid. To share some, milestones to date, launched in January with the original goal of raising $5 million through our Region Year investment, and by August we had hit that goal. To date, we have raised $7 million from all sorts of investors. And what we did was, once we hit that $7 million mark, we really took a look at our pipeline of projects that we had in the region that are currently under request for financing, and we said, if we could raise $10 million by year's end, we know that we have the projects that need that financing that we can immediately invest that money into. So that's our new goal, is by the end of this year to hit $10 million. All of the capital that we've raised so far has been placed into projects, 3 loans, one in Washington, D.C., one in Northern Virginia, and the other in Prince George's County in Maryland. And like I said, we have this robust pipeline, and we know that if we raise $10 million by the end of the year, we will have projects to support that. So a little bit about the projects we've supported to date. So far, we've been able to support with that $7 million in impact investment more than 200 homes. We have created impact profiles that are on our website. Website is impactnote.com, and there's an area where you can down and you can click invest in the DC region, and that's the web page for our region year investment. And you can find these specific impact profiles for Fort Stevens Place, for Clarendon Court, and we're about to add Crest Apartments hopefully next week. So all projects are located within walking distance of a metro station or a main bus route, which we think is really important because we see those really being connections to opportunities, and these residents can easily commute to their jobs, and they have access to healthcare facilities nearby, grocery stores, schools, and recreation space, which, you know, we feel really important to thriving, healthy families and communities. So all of these projects are also what we call preservation deals. So what that means is that these were buildings that were at risk of being converted to market rate apartments. And when that happens, it means a lot of the low-income residents would have had to leave their home that were living there. But what we did was we provided loans to developers that came in and wanted to keep those homes affordable. And those have really been used to purchase the property and make the upgrades and improvements to these projects. Stevens Place in Washington, D.C., we preserved 59 homes there, and we also did a renovation. On average, we've projected that each rent by living there is saving each approximately $2,100 in rent. So that's just an idea of the fact that these affordable homes actually bear cost savings to the families, which are really important because they can spend that money on things such as utilities or groceries or healthcare, et cetera. And the renovations that we did, we also anticipate are going to save $17,000 annually in utility savings because they're all energy efficient rehabilitation. So this is just to orient you a little bit. If you're familiar with DC, it's in the Bright neighborhood. It's a few blocks away from Walter Reed. We went in and we preserved 103 affordable homes. We predict that residents are going to be saving on average $5,200 on rent. And it is located in the Ashton Heights Historic District of Arlington, Virginia. Again, 3 blocks from a metro station, so really easily accessible to the rest of the city. And Crest Apartments in Capitol Heights, Maryland is in Prince George's County. It's 1 block from a metro station. It's right on the outskirts of the district, and it's along multiple bus routes. And the majority of the homes are between 2 and 3 bedroom units, which means that it's family-based housing, which is really important in DC, especially right now, because people aren't developing 2 and 3 bedroom homes, which is why, or rental homes or apartment homes, which is why it's really important to preserve the ones we have. And what are our investors saying? We have a really diverse group of people, organizations invested in our region year investment. We have local residents, we have banks that have invested, foundations, as Gretchen mentioned, they're using their endowments to make investments, as well as local businesses and nonprofits. And on this slide I'm sharing with you, investors have shared with us the reason why they have chosen to support this work. And we quotes from Chuck Bean, who's the executive director of the local council of governments. He not only did the COG make an investment, but he personal investment alongside his wife, and Hugh Franklin, he is a VP at TD Bank. TD Bank is also an investor through our Region Year investment, as well as Joshua Bernstein from Bernstein Management Corporation. His foundation was one of the first to make an investment, which really actually got the ball rolling this spring. I just wanted to share a few ways that you can get in touch. Again, the website is impactnote.com. If you go down to the left of your screen, you'll see Invest in the DC region, and at the bottom of that page, you can actually enter in your contact information, and we'll add you to a list of folks who have indicated that they want to stay in touch and learn more as we progress. And then a few different email addresses there. You can email just our general impact note at enterprisecommunity.org if you would like general information, and my email address as well as Gretchen's email address are on the bottom. As a reminder, today we raised $7 million. We hope to get $10 million by the end of the year, and we are hoping to not stop there. We will very likely continue to receive investment into 2017.